You wake up at 5 a.m., open the laptop, and stare at the screen until your eyes burn. You tell yourself that working 14 hours a day means you are winning, but the walls around you haven't changed in years. You step outside for a quick break, looking down the same local residential street, realizing everyone else is rushing too. The world praises the hustle, but nobody asks why your bank account remains completely frozen. You track your hours on a spreadsheet, ticking off tasks like a soldier, but the metrics are hollow. Deep down, you know you are running on a treadmill that leads absolutely nowhere. The illusion of progress is the greatest trap of the modern age. You work yourself to the bone, yet you are still standing in the exact same shadows, wondering when the actual break will come. You look at your screen and realize you've been editing, replying, and tweaking for 10 hours straight. Your mind tells you this is growth, but your reality shows you're just polishing a cage made of your own habits. Society loves to romanticize the grind, the late nights, the cold coffee, the exhaustion. But when the noise fades, you're still walking down the same empty street, carrying a heavier mind and a lighter wallet. This is the hidden tax of the hustle culture: fake velocity. You feel like you are moving fast because you are constantly tired, confusing physical exhaustion with actual strategic progress. But a smart player doesn't stay in the trap forever. You stop counting the hours spent staring at a screen and start measuring the actual leverage you are creating in the real world. You shift your focus from active grinding to asset building. You realize that true wealth isn't about working yourself to death, but about putting your money into structures that work for you while you sleep. By breaking the burnout loop, you step onto the real street of success, not as a tired hustler, but as a calculated investor who owns his time, his assets, and his future. But the real trap begins when you can no longer stop. Every major milestone instantly transforms into a new benchmark. Peace of mind? That just becomes a temporary pit stop before the next goalpost. You convince yourself that you are climbing higher, but deep down, you are trapped in a labyrinth where the only way to keep playing is to constantly shatter the very records you just built. But a smart player refuses to stay stuck in a cycle of fake velocity. You finally stop measuring your worth by the hours you burn, and you start measuring the hard assets you control. You exit the hollow noise of the hustle and step into the silent ledger of real equity. You aren't just working for numbers anymore. You are building property, leverage, and unstoppable momentum. This is where the shift happens. You stop buying liabilities to look rich and start locking down cash-flowing assets that actually buy back your freedom. The game is no longer about surviving the day. It's about owning the ledger. Because true power isn't measured by how exhausted you are at midnight. It's measured by how much equity is growing under your name while you sleep. You aren't a servant to the grind anymore, you are the architect. So let them keep chasing the illusion of fake growth. Secure your assets, command your time, and step out of the trap. Because the ultimate luxury isn't just making millions, it's owning the freedom they were supposed to buy.